Boys, today we are back, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the fights to make after UFC Seattle. No, I'm not going to be going over every single fight, not even every single main card fight. Like, I'm not going to be talking about Laren Douglas and shit like that. Only the high level names, the guys that make sense to talk about, and women, because there are some women that won on this card that deserve to get some praise. So first fight, give me Tyrell Fortune versus Sergey Spivak. Now, Tyrell Fortune was making his UFC debut. Didn't look that great against Marcin Tybura. Marcin Tybura just not UFC level anymore at this point. So Tyrell Fortune is going to be in the rankings. And I say give him Sergey Spivak. I think Sergey Spivak just lost his last fight. Or did he win? Who did Sergey Spivak just beat or lose to? I know he just had a fight, and it was close. I can't quite remember, but who cares? Sergey Spivak probably doesn't have it anymore. He never beats any of the top level guys. And let's see if Tyrell Fortune. I think Spivak's a level above Tybura. So let's throw Tyrell Fortune into the deep end. Let's see if he can beat a guy like Spivak, who's a little bit more high level, is higher ranked. And fuck it, let's just throw Tyrell Fortune right into the fucking top 6, top 7. What else is the point? If he sinks, fine. If he swims, perfect. We've got another guy up at heavyweight. This is the most shallow division, so let's just fucking throw guys up there. Why not? Not Hokit level to fight Blades. That's bullshit. And my boy Blades is gonna slam out Hokit, but proper step ups like this, I think is fine. So yeah, Tyrell Fortune, Sergey Spivak, book it. It'll probably be a shit fight, but who cares? Let's just see if Tyrell Fortune's any good. Moving on, give me Tofik Musayev versus Matt Frevola. This is a little bit of a fun fight. Does Musayev, what's the word? Does Musayev deserve to fight Matt Frevola? Probably not. Matt Frevola, even though he's on like a 2 or 3 fight losing streak, Musayev is only 1-1 in the UFC, but getting a win against a high level guy like Bahamondes on short notice too. I know Musayev wasn't the one on short notice, but beating a tough guy, lengthy guy like Bahamondes on short notice, that's pretty impressive to me. Even though he did cheat, and even though he did just pretty much nut hug Bahamondes, other than landing huge ground and pound in the first, second and third rounds the third round was meh from Musayev. He did, stay on the feet and look pretty decent on the feet in the first round. Obviously, I think Bahamondes, looked better on the feet in the first round, but why not just give him Frevola? The guy's been fighting for a long time. Pretty sure Musayev fought in Bellator, so he's not like a new guy. He's been around the block. But yeah, I think this would be a little bit of a fun fight. Frevola isn't the best at takedown defense, so maybe it could be a little boring with Musayev just taking him down, but I think it would be a fire fight. Musayev's pretty exciting, landed huge ground and pound shots on Bahamondes. Frevola, always an exciting fighter, bunch of KOs, but on a little bit of a slide, losing a few in a row. So I think it would just be a fun fight. Doesn't really make sense, but I was going through the rankings, and it's like, do I want Musayev to just fight a no-name guy that's like going to be a shitty fight, or will he fight Frevola, a guy known for getting knockouts, or getting knocked out? So I think this would be a little fun fight. And Frevola did beat someone. Frevola beat someone who was a pretty good grappler. Pretty sure he was a Russian guy too. So maybe Frevola's grappling will hold up, but who knows? I think this would just be a pretty fun fight. I just saw Frevola. Hasn't been in there for a while. Him versus Musayev. Musayev probably needs I don't know. He didn't take that much damage. He got hit by one big shot. He doesn't need that much time off, but give me Musayev versus Frevola in a little bit of a fun fight in the lightweight division. Moving on. Terrence McKinney got a big win. Bro, feed him Grant Dawson. This is my favorite matchup I probably made. This is a fire matchup. Get Grant Dawson out of here, man. He just lost to Manuel Torres. I feel bad for Dawson because he never gets any finishes, and he's really boring. Like, all he does is just, grapple, which I hate, but I do feel bad for him because the fans kind of like shit on him like I am right now. But I'm not shitting on him. His just fighting style's not that impressive, not that exciting. He's not a fun dude. It's just like, just let Terrence McKinney. I think Terrence McKinney goes out there. If Bobby Green can beat you in 30 seconds, and Bobby Green barely has any punching power. Bobby Green's got decent punching power, but not as much as McKinney. I think McKinney goes out there in the first 30 seconds and slams out Dawson, and then you're rid of Dawson. He can go back to like being, outside the top 20. I think Dawson's probably still like top 15, top 20 right now, but you can rid him from the rankings for good once he loses to McKinney. And the UFC probably doesn't like Dawson either, so they'll probably just give him hard matchups, and then we won't have to see him anymore, which sucks because, I do feel bad. I'm not hating on Dawson. It's just like, if the UFC already doesn't like you and you are boring as fuck, it's like, okay, they're probably going to give you shitty matchups. And this will, boost Terrence McKinney up into the top 15, top 20. I want to see Terrence McKinney against like high-level guys. Like, I'm tired of seeing Terrence McKinney against like fucking Brandon Moreau, like fucking... Who did he fight last time? I don't even know. Fucking, he fought fucking Demir Hasdovich or fucking whatever his name was. Like, this guy is just getting straight cans. Kyle Nelson wasn't a can because he was on a little bit of a win streak a few years ago, like a 3 or 4 fight win streak. He had lost a few in a row, but so Kyle Nelson was a little bit of a step up, but I think this like right outside of the top 15, top 20, whoever you put McKinney against, even if it's against a can, it's going to be a good fight. Like the dude just is, he lost to Duncan. McKinney lost to Duncan, which was a pretty big step up. Duncan's going to be in the top 10 after he beats Moicano this weekend. That's what I'm predicting. But yeah, I think this would be crazy. I think McKinney would go out there and slam out Dawson in like 30 minutes, and then we'd get rid of Dawson. No more boring fights in the lightweight division. Moving on, Casey O'Neill got a big win, and I'm also going to talk about Macy Barber, who did poop herself in the cage, who did get slimed out in one of the greatest finishes in UFC history, regardless of gender. Casey O'Neill, big win, knocked out Gabriela Fernandez. That's like her 4th knockout in the UFC, so Casey O'Neill's got heavy hands. She did take a few losses in the UFC, a few setbacks. She did look like a good little prospect, got a few losses, bounced back, and she's been out of the cage for that long. Gabriela Fernandez on like a 3 or 4 fight win streak, and she just slimes her out up against the cage in round 1. Casey O'Neill's actually a woman that goes for finishes, that has heavy hands, that does have finishing potential, and so does Macy Barber. Macy Barber can get finishes on the ground or like get finished. I don't know, bro. It's just so fucking crazy, that finish. That's like my favorite finish. It's so fucking crazy, bro. That might be my like top 3 favorite finishes of all time. Obviously, like Oliveira versus Gaethje's my favorite. Oliveira Poirier, Oliveira Chandler, Oliveira Gamrot, Yuri's finishes, Ilya's finishes, not against Charles. Like, I don't know. Macy Barber, Alexa Grasso's dead ass like in my top 5 finishes of all time. That was insane. That was genuinely a fucking insane finish. Slimed her out so bad, he twisted her body around and then just immediately jumped on her fucking unconscious neck and choked her out for like 5 seconds after she was knocked out cold. And then Macy Barber shit herself. Like, bro. Oh my God. I feel so bad for Macy Barber, bro. It looks like she's like in good spirits on Instagram. But holy fuck, dude. I just can't, bro. I feel so bad for her, bro. Anyway, Macy Barber lost. I mean, Macy Barber's definitely going to need some time off. Casey O'Neill, coming off a long layoff, so maybe she wants to get back in there quick, but Casey O'Neill will probably be like in the top 12, 13. I think she was ranked 14th. Maybe she moves up a few spots. Macy Barber probably moves down a few spots to like 6th, 7th, 8th. I think she was 5th or 4th, so maybe she drops down to like 6 or 7. And we get this matchup. I mean, they fought on the same card. Might as well just run it in like fucking late August, early fall, like October-ish. So I say run this fight, Casey O'Neill versus Macy Barber, bro. I can't. It is too late. I cannot stop laughing. Every time I see Macy Barber's face, it's just like every time Macy Barber fights, we're just gonna remember that shit. And it's not even like the finish. Like the finish was great. The finish was one of the best like finishes of all time. It's the fact that she shit herself after, bro. She was laying there on the ground. Yo, oh my God, like that is so like demoralizing. I genuinely, like, in my deep down in my heart, feel so bad for Macy Barber. I feel bad for laughing, bro, but it's like holy shit. It was funny. It was funny. It was sad. It was funny. It was low-key scary, bro. Like, why was she just laying there eyes wide open? I saw, like, people on... I'm not going to keep going. I'm sorry. I'm not going to keep going. I feel bad for Macy Barber. I think this is a winnable fight for her, too. Yo. I think this is... I can't even look at her face on the screen, bro. I think this is a winnable fight for Macy Barber as well. I think... I don't know. Have we even seen Casey O'Neill grapple? I'm not sure. I don't even know if she has good grappling or not. Like, I'm literally going like this on the screen. Casey O'Neill's grappling. We don't know if it's good or not. So Macy Barber could go out there and grapple her. Although I don't know why Macy Barber didn't shoot. I don't know why she did shoot against Alexa Grasso. She just like stood in front of her and got clipped. And then Yo, I'm moving on. This is a winnable fight for both, and I just say run it. Fuck it. Holy fuck. Lock in. Moving on. Alexa Grasso, obviously one of the best finishes of all time. She's not back in the title picture yet. I mean, she's never going to beat Valentina again after that last fight. There's no way she improves that much in the grappling. That's why I don't know why Macy Barber just didn't shoot, but anyway. Alexa Grasso versus Manon Fior. These two have never fought, at least I don't think. And if they did, it was probably just such a boring fight that I can't remember. But they haven't fought. Both have great finishing potential. Alexa Grasso can, finish on the ground, and obviously she can finish on the feet. Insane boxing for a female. Which that's not a knock. I'm just saying she's probably the best female boxer in the UFC. And then Manon Fior, insane finishing potential, slimed out Jasmine Jasdavicius in like a round and a half, or maybe even like a minute and a half. I can't remember. I think this would probably be a finish. I'm not gonna lie. These two probably going at it, get a finish. Either one of them. I would lean toward probably Manon. Not gonna lie. I think she's more powerful. Or I don't know. Is she more powerful? I don't know. I just feel like Manon would like slam out Grasso on the feet for some reason, even though Grasso's tough and doesn't get finished on the feet. I think this would honestly be a really good banger women's MMA. Put this on the September Paris card as like the co-main or the main event. Fuck it, run it as the main event. Like who else would headline? Oh, BSD. BSD could probably headline against someone like I don't know if Holloway probably goes to France. I don't know. Make this the co-main of the France card in September. Perfect. Manon gets another big win. Alexa Grasso, if she gets another big win, she's right in title contention. Same with Manon. If she beats Alexa, she's right back in title contention. But I don't think either of these two are beating Valentina. And then if my GOAT, Natalia Silva, takes the belt, she's already beat Alexa Grasso. I think she beat Manon Fior. So yeah, maybe if Valentina wins, run this fight versus Natalia Silva, especially if Manon wins. And then Valentina can go up and like try to fight like Amanda or Kayla or the winner of that fight. But yeah, I think this makes too much sense. They haven't fought each other. They're both in the top 5. Run this fight. Moving on, the loser of the main event. Yeah, you're probably wondering why Israel Adesanya is like standing and we're not getting his face shot. Well, the UFC fucked up his face shot and it's so blurry I didn't want to put it. So we have this. Israel Adesanya, just get him a free win. Put him against Roman Dolidze. I don't care about the rankings. Izzy shouldn't even be in the rankings at this point. Or if he should be like at least like 12th or 13th. And Roman Dolidze's 15th. So I say run this fight. Roman Dolidze fought recently on that London card. The timeline matches up. Dolidze did take a lot of damage. Izzy just got finished. Run this in like December. November on the MSG card. December. Run this fight, bro. Get Izzy a free win. Now, I could see Roman Dolidze low-key just taking Izzy out like on the ground. Like taking him down and subbing him. But Izzy's, takedown defense, although he got taken down a few times against Pyfer, I think Pyfer's way stronger than Dolidze. Dolidze just has good jiu-jitsu, and that's it. Pyfer has strength. So I don't know, but Izzy might be able to stuff the takedowns. I think Izzy stuffs the takedowns and beats Roman Dolidze on the feet. Especially if it's a 3-rounder. Give me like 29, 28, 30, 27 Izzy. Get him back in the win column, bro. Stop feeding him these big tough guys. If Paulo Costa loses to Azmat Mirzakhanov, do not run Paulo Costa Izzy. Paulo Costa will knock out Izzy. He genuinely will. So I say get Izzy a free win. Put him against Roman Dolidze at the end of the year. Timing makes sense. Matchup makes sense. Or if Roman wins, he gets a big name on his resume. Although like not that impressive at Izzy's stage of his career, but he gets a big win. And if Izzy can't beat Roman Dolidze, he needs to retire. Or this can be his retirement fight. Or if he loses this one more in Australia and then fuck off and retire, because like you genuinely need to retire, Izzy. I used to be such a big fan of you when the UFC, when I first started watching the UFC. I just want to see you retire. Do your YouTube shit, be successful. You don't need to fight anymore, man. All right. Moving on, main event winner Joe Pyfer. Run this fight. This would be a banger. I see this low-key going like Gregory Rodriguez versus Jared Cannonier. I think Pyfer comes out and probably bombs fucking Cannonier in the first 2 rounds, drops him a few times, and then Cannonier in 3, 4, and 5 puts on the pressure, puts on the leg kicks, tags Pyfer up, and beats him by decision. I love this fight right here, honestly, for both of these guys. I was going to say put Baralho versus Pyfer, but that's too much of a step up. I think Baralho probably beats Pyfer and probably not that good of a fight. It'd probably be way more boring. I think this fight has a potential to be a really good fight. And this is a good step up, too. Cannonier, at this point in his career, is better than Israel Adesanya. I'm sorry, that's just facts. Cannonier is better than Israel Adesanya. This is a step up for Pyfer. Not too big of a step up. A still winnable fight for Pyfer. I think he could go out there and probably smoke Cannonier in the first 2 rounds. But Cannonier has great recovery. He's an older guy, but he does have great recovery. But if he doesn't get him out of there, then he's in trouble, because Cannonier flourishes in the later rounds against guys who are getting more tired, are susceptible to leg kicks. So I think this is a great fight. Run this fight. Pyfer will probably be up in like the top 10 now. Cannonier's like around like 7th, 8th, 9th. Makes sense rankings wise. Cannonier hasn't fought in a while. Put him against Pyfer, maybe summer, early fall, or late summer, early fall, August, September, around there. And yeah, I think this would be a banger fight, winnable for both guys. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of my matchups. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please subscribe. Peace.